welcome back to another episode of Toy Tuesdays with Talent. Today we're going to be covering Rogue from the Juggernaut BAF wave. Let's get into it.
Cerebro activate.
Cerebro online.
Please pull up file Rogue 2016.
Accessing file. Rogue 2016. Rogue Anna Marie Laveau. Maiden name unknown. First appearance. Avengers Annual Number 10, 1981. Created by Chris Claremont, writer. Michael Golden, artist.
Rogue's first appearance was in Avengers Annual Number 10, 1981, created by the legend Chris Claremont, and the artist was Michael Golden. As you can see, her name is Anna Marie Laveau. We still don't know what her maiden name was, and I don't think it was revealed that her name was Anna Marie until the movies came out. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that was the first time I ever heard it. Rogue was a bit of a troubled teen. She ran away from home at a young age. When Rogue's powers activated, she was kissing her boyfriend Cody and put him into a permanent coma. As you can see in the picture, Rogue's had many different outfits. Her most common one is the one in the center there with the green and yellow and then the X-Men leather jacket. It's my favorite look, and that is actually the look of the action figure we are going to be looking at today. Cerebro, can you pull up the action figure?
Rogue X-Men Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave. Released in 2016. Retail price $19.99. Aftermarket price high $55. Low $29.99. Accessories: ungloved alternate hand, Juggernaut left leg.
So this action figure was actually really hard to find. By the time I started collecting again, this one was super rare. I ended up having to pay about $50, maybe a little more than that, probably the $55, which you can see is the high. I'm assuming the low at $29.99 now is because we've gotten several Rogues that are definitely improvements since this one came out. But at the time, this was the ultimate Rogue. There was a terrible Rogue that Toy Biz had. It was the stuff of nightmares. So I was thrilled when I got this one. For her accessories, she came with the Juggernaut left leg, and she came with an ungloved hand so you can have her absorbing somebody's powers. As I had mentioned, they have come out with several Rogues that are definite improvements over this one. So this one is not currently on display in any of my displays. I just have her hanging on the wall in the package. And because this one was so expensive, I only got one. So I popped her out of the package, and once I got a new one, I just put her back in. She's up on the wall. Let's get into powers and abilities.
Powers and abilities. Memory and power absorption through physical contact. Permanently absorbed superpowers. Superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes. Near invulnerability. Flight.
She is able to absorb memory and powers through physical contact. And as I said earlier, she has permanently absorbed the superpowers of Carol Danvers. Not all of them, but she got the superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes. Near invulnerability and flight. Rogue is a definite powerhouse. She's often the tank on whatever X-Men team she happens to be on. The fact that she can absorb people's powers temporarily makes her incredibly powerful. Whenever she's in a battle and she needs to borrow a little bit from somebody, she can just hold on to him for a minute, go around the room, and basically get everyone's powers that is there. So, I mean, it's gonna give the rest of the X-Men a little bit of a headache and they might be sleeping for a little bit, but when it's necessary, she can borrow whatever she needs. Like a lot of the X-Men, her powers are a blessing and a curse. Because she can't touch anyone, it isolated her, and it's really messed with her head for most of her adult life. There have been instances such as X-Men 97 where we see her and Magneto are able to touch. It was always my impression that Magneto could make an electromagnetic field so thin, it might as well be like touching, but I don't think they actually are. So with her superhuman strength, she is so strong, she's up there with the likes of Colossus, Strong Guy, probably not quite up to the strength of the Hulk, because the Hulk has no upper limit, but Rogue is one of the strongest there is. With her super speed, stamina, agility, and reflexes, she is a formidable opponent for anyone she comes up against. With near invulnerability, she is bulletproof. She's taken blasts from missiles, lasers, all sorts of stuff, and not a scratch. With her flight power, I don't know exactly how it works because I never really looked into Captain Marvel, but she seems to just be able to fly. No wings, no real explanation, just flying around. Put all those powers together, you've got yourself one powerful X-Man. Okay, Cerebro, can you please pull up the power grid?
Accessing power grid. Analyzing subject.
I'm going to let you guys know I did not make these numbers up. You can find them on the Marvel Metal cards, or you can go to marvel.fandom.com and they have a version of the power grid on there, so if you want to check that out, it's always fun to look at people's stats. Here we are with strength. She is at a 5, mutant strength. And I said this before, I don't know what that necessarily means, mutant strength. Because if you're a mutant and you're not at a 5, well, why is this mutant strength? What we do know is that she's definitely stronger than a world record bench press and just under a rocket engine. You imagine you're getting punched by her. It's almost like getting punched by a rocket engine. Not quite there, but close. On to intelligence. She is at a 2, normal human. That makes sense as well. She ran away at a young age, so I can assume that she probably didn't even graduate from high school. So she's not a moron, but she's not a straight A student either. On to speed. She is at a 5, mutant speed, faster than a world-class sprinter, but definitely not up to light speed. She is so fast that somebody could jump off a building and start falling, and then she could swoop down there and grab them before they hit the ground. Although she didn't do that in X-Men 97 when you-know-who jumped off the building. Well, she let him go. I'd be interested to see how fast she is in a race against someone like Quicksilver. I'm willing to bet she's not quite that fast, but she's up there. On to fighting ability. She's at a 2, normal human. I wouldn't assume that Rogue needs to be a martial artist or a heavyweight champ type of fighting ability, because she's pretty much a smash type person. Just because she might not have the hand-to-hand combat skills, you do not want to get in a fight with her. She will crush you with her pinky. On to stamina at a 5, mutant stamina. Past a world record marathon runner. This woman can keep bringing the fight to you, and she can take all the damage you can dole out. She's built like a tank. Okay, on to agility. She's at a 2. Normal human. Again, that makes sense. Probably not a whole lot of acrobatics going on, not that she would need it, seeing as how she can fly. And no reason to get out of the way when you can take a hit from a bullet. And lastly, energy blasts. She is at a 1. No energy blasts. That makes sense. Although if she were to borrow powers from, say, Cyclops, then she would have the level that he has, whatever that is. We haven't gotten to him yet. So a lot of her grid will change depending on whose powers she's absorbed, but on any given day, this is where she's at. Looking at her overall stats, she's got 3 5s, and then the rest is pretty much just normal human. But the 3 5s she has, strength, speed, and stamina, makes her an X-Man you would want to have in battle for sure. If I'm putting Rogue on a team, I'm putting her on a team where it's going to be combat heavy, where we're going to have a lot of firepower coming at us, and we're going to need to hit them hard. She can also come in handy in a pinch when either you don't have a psychic or there is somebody with psychic resistance abilities and you need to get information from them, because all she's got to do is lay her hands on them and she can absorb their memories. Okay, before we go, Cerebro, you got anything for the people?
Be sure to check out X-Men 97 Reactions with Talent. Don't forget to subscribe.
That's right, folks. Please subscribe. I appreciate every one of you that subscribes. You are now part of the X Squad. And if you haven't, please check out the X-Men 97 reactions. I had a lot of fun doing those, and I can't wait to see season 2. So until next time, this is Talent reminding you, keep collecting, and as always, Excelsior!